Alrighty, we made it over here to my sister's place. So it's been a few weeks since the guy came out, but you'll notice that there's just massive chunks and nothing's been done good. I mean, the small pieces probably got lucky, but he tried grinding on this thing. Look at this massive pile of stuff here. There's just stuff. So this is not acceptable. I'm gonna do what I can. We're gonna clean these up. The machine, the head should probably pick that up and get rid of it, but I mean, this is every bit of 4 foot long. So they have had a few cows in here, and I think like 1 or 2 lambs. But yeah, this is just not, this is not acceptable for what they were charged. So we're gonna clean all this up. Got the machine over there warming up. You can also see the animals. We're gonna have a few different camera angles also. I've got a tripod on. And then there's just random bits of metal. It's an iron. And a pile of metal. Probably somebody's burn pit right there. So, gonna get this all cleaned up. Let's see what it looks like afterwards in a barrel.
Hello, Editing Dennis here. First few minutes of this clip are me trying to figure out the dimensions and overall position that the drum needs to be in order to process the material. At the end of the video, I got a feel for the position of the loader arms as well as the inclination of the drum itself in order to process the material quickly. We're going to be switching back and forth between this camera and the in-cab camera, which you're going to see here in just a moment. With this particular camera, I was having some overheating issues and it would stop the recording after about 7 minutes. I'm not sure how to remedy that, but I do have another camera that's much more expensive. It is a dedicated digital camcorder.
difficult. A little difficult to shave off the material in manageable pieces. With the knives, you'll be able to send little bitty pieces instead of shreds like we're getting. I mean, realistically, it is doing a good job. It's just a lot slower than it enough, it's just grab it and suck it in. This is also a really stringy tree anyway, so. Those carbide teeth, instead of cutting, they want to drag. Although these are like a sharpened carbide. remnants of a hay bomb, so it's a little mushy as I start to get into it. It seems to be exposing some of the stuff below it as well. We're gonna make it look all nice. It'll take a little longer with these blades for sure, but I mean they definitely are gonna get the job done. So if you have a stubborn stump or a stubborn stick like that, you drive over it with your track. Very stringy. Had to adjust my technique a little bit. You also have to learn the dimensions of the mulcher, especially where like the skid shoes are and stuff like that. So we go for that camera. That big tree, so it looks like as long as I'm about the edge of the shoe, the drum is not sticking out that far. Though it's actually not too shabby with the carbides here. I think having the blades or the knives on it would be able to just saw through this stuff and leave a lot more dust. But it is performing much better than whatever the heck that other guy had. My sister, she knew what it said on the side. She said it was all scratched up, but it was like a darker color. So I don't know if darker means gray or if it means black or what. But you can definitely tell that it just really needed to go over once more, you know, or have a little bit of care. The front door on this too, I think it would benefit a lot. This is a big mountain of dirt, so it's gonna be a little difficult to we just suck up all the dirt. This is not a tiller, although this company does make what are they called, soil conditioners, I think, and those blades are designed to go into the ground, and they are just a big tiller mulcher abomination. coordination thing. And yes, I know you might be able to hear the backup alarm. I just haven't, let's just say, troubleshot that yet. Oh, that's a piece of metal. Like an old fishing net. Back here, see some say paper, maybe some plastic. Whatever the heck that is. Some cows over there. I'm gonna try not to pepper them with debris. The machine I used to run was a very used ASV 120. There's a wheelbarrow. A very well used ASV 120. So the only bad part about it was it didn't leak, or the cab was very, very prone to dust. So after about a 5 or 6 hour shift, I was covered in dust. This Kubota has got a very well sealed cab, and I am not regretting it one bit. Yeah, I mean, just from there, it looks so much better. You can tell where I've been. Okay, I don't know if you can actually hear me. The microphone on this camera is a little worse than the GoPro. I didn't realize the GoPro died. However, I finished probably 3/4 of it already. Got the time lapse going. I'm gonna save this little bit here and make sure I record this, and then I'll be finished. The area that has been cleared already is as much as they want to clear. The back right hand corner back there, there's a couple of beehives, and they like to have a little bit of a windbreak and shelter for them for the rain and whatnot. So there's a downed log, a couple of trees in front of it. We're gonna stay away from them, but we're gonna reprocess all the stuff that's on the ground. It's been going really well. I've learned a couple of tricks when it comes to making sure that that I can process good enough. But the teeth are doing a better job than I thought. I'll be honest with you. Let's see, how long have I been working today? Today, 3.5 hours, and that was unloading it, letting it warm up. I had to change the camera a couple of times and whatnot, but 3.5 hours to come back and redo everything again when you probably could have done all this in 6 hours the first time and wouldn't have to come back over and rework it. So let's get going. It's a little dusty. I should be in the shade here in just a few moments. It'll make it easier to spot. But what I'll do is I'll go ahead and do a little turnaround and show you what it kind of looks like since I've redone everything now. So it looks 1,000 times better. Clonking you're hearing is a can of brake cleaner. I forgot to take it out before I brought the machine over, so. For the big funk. There it was. Maybe not. When you hear that, that means the drum picked up whatever the heck you were dragging and sent it on its merry little way. Missed it. Missed another one. It might be underneath the ground. Actually, looking at my rearview mirror, it looks like it's a big stump I probably turned up with my tracks. Turn around shortly and get those two big pieces behind me here. course here, I'm now familiar with the overall position of the skid shoes. I don't want to get too close to that fence. Still in turtle mode for the turtle and mild. If you know about these Kubotas. The mild reduces the sensitivity from my left joystick. You can probably see the bee nest or the beehive, the box over there. My brother-in-law makes his own honey. Pretty decent, not gonna lie. But the sensitivity from the joysticks is lowered on mild. Able to creep it a little bit better. I think the overall speed doesn't change. It's just a sensitivity between at your initial starting position. Oh, the camera's... All it's going to take is one random piece to hit it again. This is doing a lot better than I thought, especially when it came to the teeth. Now that I've kind of gotten a little bit of time with it, so I'm not gonna shell out a grand for new teeth. Pick it up? Okay. I'll get you on the next pass. I've run into about 5 or 6 of these bigger stumps that weren't ground up by the previous guy, and it's taken little bit of time on each one, but like I said, without having... There's a frog. Go, froggy! Go! That frog a little bit of time to run out of there. I'm not purposely trying to kill any animals, but I'm sure it happens. I'm sure it's happened today maybe, because some of these places have been a little wet, so if anything pokes its head out, it might be the last thing it ever does. Come back over that and get another pass on it. Alrighty. So I was just texted, this is more than what they wanted me to do, but you know what? I'm gonna get some free dinner, maybe a drink or two, watch a movie. This is quite the difference from what it was. Obviously there's gonna be some big pieces here and there. As I mentioned, the knives would be a better fit for really cleaning this up, but it's absurdly smooth, you know. If you really wanted to, you can come back here with like a landscape rake. I tried grinding this up like 4 times. It just moves around. The teeth can't pick it up. It just pushes it back. So you can come out here with the landscape rake, really get some big piles out of this if you wanted to, and you have very nice mulch. It's a mixture of all sorts of trees and woods and stuff. I don't know exactly which ones are which. We call them yopons. I think they're called sweet gums. I'm not sure, but there's a slang term for it. Everything else here So most of the big pieces have been processed. I think the chickens are over there. They want it. The machine's pretty good. Let's take a look at the teeth. All right, teeth. A little bit of mud there. I put the drum down when it was still spinning. I thought it had stopped all the way. Not too bad. So this isn't a razor edge. This has got the carbide on it. But they I can't move it. It's touching the ground. They appear to be doing their job. I really want to get the door though. So my hose clamp there worked really well. It kind of just lived there. Do know it's taking the paint off of this, but you know what, it is what it is. Sometimes that's just gonna have to happen. This sticker's not gonna last very long either. But the machine itself is doing just fine. So this took longer than it should have for... I just realized you guys were in the thing. Like I said, this took longer than it should have. Just because I didn't have anything to do with the inside, but... 145 degree hydraulic temperature, not bad. 5.3 hours today. That includes the idle time, the warm-up time, and all that stuff. So could have been a little faster, but the learning curve and also moving the cameras around kind of stop you. And I took a lunch. That's the reverse fan. So it pulses 3 times and then it comes back to normal. Normal is sucking in and blowing out of the sides. The reversing fan, what it does is it'll actually suck air through to blow up all the loose debris and stuff. So if this was like a really leafy or branchy environment, that'll blow off the stuff and it'll help keep it nice and clean. So I think I'm done for the day. I'm hungry. It's what time is it? I think it's 7:30. So we're gonna continue. I was gonna go further, but there's if you can see that pipe that's in the middle, that's where they have their the sprinklers for the septic. There's a bunch of little garbage here. There's the trash cans there. I asked what those plates were on the side, and apparently that's where they have a couple of it's like a pet cemetery. So I didn't want to go into that area right there, kind of disturb it, you know, just what they did before I got here. So we'll catch you in the next one. So far, thumbs up. Finding anything good? Any bugs?